Lesson 10, Food Variety and Source. For that, I want all of you to come out your green circle book and then we shall proceed further with the lesson. The very heading of the lesson, Food Variety and Source, gives us a brief idea that today we are going to discuss about food and the source from where we get food. Food is an essential element for living organisms. From food we derive energy to perform our day-to-day tasks or activities. Consuming healthy food or eating healthy food ensures healthy lifestyle. In this chapter we are going to discuss topics such as journey of food, sources of food, grouping of food and food diversity. So let's begin the discussion. Before we discuss about the sources of food, grouping of food, food diversity, it is important for us to know the journey of food. The first topic to be discussed, how are the foods prepared and how they come to our table. Farmers plow the field and grows the crop. Once the crop is fully grown, they are harvested. As soon as they are harvested, they are taken to mandi. Mandi means market. They are taken to market, specifically to the wholesale dealers are the one who purchases items in bulk. After the wholesale dealer purchases the item from the farmers, vendors and shopkeepers, those are near your local areas, they go to the wholesale dealers and they purchase the item from them. Once they purchase the item and brings the item to their shops, we buy those food items from local shopkeepers. For example, we purchase fruits from fruit seller and vegetables from greengrocer. When we bring that items at our home, our mother cooks that food for us and serves before us. This is how the food reaches to us, right from field to the dining table. The journey is amazing. So we should respect the continuous hard effort of the farmer who is trying the level best to feed all of us. It is the farmer because of whom we are able to satisfy our hunger. Proceeding further, we are going to discuss about sources of food. There are two sources of food. We get food from plant as well as from animals. So first we will discuss about plants as a source of food. As we all have studied earlier in the chapter Plants Around Us, that green plants are the only living things that can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Extra food prepared by plants are stored in different parts of the plants. We eat those parts of the plants. For example, we eat the roots of radish and carrot. We eat the stems of potato. We eat the seeds of pumpkin and wheat. And we also eat the leaves. There are many plants whose leaf we consume. For example, cabbage. We eat the vegetable of cabbage. Cabbage is a leafy vegetable. It is completely covered with the leaves. The next example is of spinach. We eat spinach to improve our eyesight. There are many other plants whose leaf we consume, whose leaf we eat. There are other items which we obtain from the plants. Number 1, oil. Oil is obtained from the seeds of plant like coconut, sunflower, mustard, etc. You all must have heard about olive oil, mustard oil. All these oils are extracted from the seeds of mustard, olive, coconut, respectively. We all love drinking tea and coffee. But from where do we derive tea and coffee? We derive tea leaves from plant and coffee beans from plant itself. Hence, plant is also the provider of beverages, of drinks. They provide tea leaves so that we can make tea and coffee beans so that we can make coffee. Plant is also the provider of spices. It provides us with a lot of spice such as cloves, turmeric, red chili, etc. Spices add flavor and taste to the food. Hence, plants helps to enhance the flavor and taste of the food. And hence it is proven that plants are the sources of food. Apart from being sources of foods, most of the plants, they also possess medicinal value. Plants such as tulsi, neem, mint, they have medicinal values. Tulsi helps us to get relief from cough and cold. Neem helps to cure the skin diseases. Mint helps us to get relief from stomach problems. We must always remember, plants are our primary source of food. Moving to the next point, now we are going to discuss about animals as a source of food. Since ancient ages, animal has been the source of food. There are many animals such as cow, hen, goat, duck, and many other who provides us with lots of nutrients. For example, cow. Cow gives us milk. We drink the milk of cow. It is essential to drink milk as it helps to build stronger bones and it will make you healthy. With the help of the milk, other milk products are prepared. For example, paneer, curd, etc. Milk is a complete food as it contains all the nutrients. And not only cow, animals such as goat, buffalo, yak, they also give us milk. The next food which we are going to discuss that we receive from animals are eggs. Eggs provide us with lots of proteins. In all over the world, eggs are consumed or eaten in different forms. For example, some of them they prefer boiled egg, whereas some of them they prefer omelette. Some of them they also eat raw egg. We all know that honey is a natural sweetener. But from where do we derive honey? We derive honey or we get honey from honeybees. Honeybees, they collect nectar from the flower and they bring it to their beehives. Those nectars are called honey. The next food which we are going to discuss is meat. Animals such as goat, hen, fish, etc. are eaten as meat. People living near the sea eats a lot of seafood like crab, oyster, fishes, etc. Meat possesses nutrients like protein, fat, etc. All the nutrients are important for a living being to live a healthy life. Each and every nutrient in the human body should be in a proper proportion. Moving to the next point, we are going to discuss about grouping of food. It can be broadly grouped into three categories: energy-giving foods, bodybuilding foods, and protective foods. Energy-giving foods. Under this category, those foods are listed which helps you to perform your day-to-day activity. A point to remember, carbohydrate is the instant house of energy. Food such as rice, bread, potato, all this food contains high amount of carbohydrates. People all over the world take some amount of carbohydrate in their every meal to make sure that they are consuming energy-giving food, which will help them to perform their activity. Rice is eaten by over half the people of the world with every meal, to which we can also mention the point that while we are sleeping at night and we do not need energy to do any work, we can skip rice or we can have a less portion of rice or any carbohydrate food. Because when you consume an energy giving food and you do not work out your energy, those energy giving food are converted into fats and hence you become fatter and fatter. To be remembered, foods like wheat, rice and maize are called cereals. Next we are going to discuss about bodybuilding foods. These are the foods that helps to develop your muscles and helps you grow. For example, foods like fish, pulses, cheese, milk, all this food helps you grow and hence they are called bodybuilding food. We all should drink milk. Milk is a very rich source of calcium. When we drink milk, our bones become very strong and we develop into a stronger person. Protective foods. Those food are called protective food which protect you from falling sick, which increases your immunity. You all must have heard this word immunity. Immunity means the power to fight with bacteria, which will prevent you from falling sick. For example, vegetable and fruits are example of protective foods. Apart from bodybuilding foods, protective food, energy-giving foods, body also requires water and fiber, which helps to regulate the metabolism. We must drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. There are some vegetables that we can eat raw, such as onion, cucumber, etc. Whereas there are some vegetables that we need to cook first before we consume it, before we eat it, such as brinjal, ladyfinger, etc. Going forward, we are going to discuss about food diversity. People all over the world eat different types of food depending upon many factors. For example, their preference, the country they live in, age, health condition, income of a person, climate and availability of the items. People who live near the sea will automatically consume more seafoods as seafoods are easily available for them, whereas people who stay where farming is possible, they will automatically eat more of plant foods as that is easily available for them. In India, people living in different states eat different dishes. Not only in India, even in the foreign countries, they eat food according to their availability. For example, ostrich and kangaroo meat are eaten in Australia because these two animals are easily available in Australia. Whereas in America, people eat turkey rather than hen because turkey is easily available there. Coming back to India, people living in different states or region eat different dishes. Let's explore the food that we find in different states. In Punjab, people enjoy eating makki ki roti and sarson ka saag. Wheat is easily available in the north side, so people out there, they prefer roti over rice. People in Kashmir, they drink tea, which is called kahwa, and eat type of biscuit like bread, which is called sharmal. People in Bengal, they prefer machar jhol and rice over roti because the production of rice is in a huge quantity in West Bengal area. So they prefer rice over roti. Hence, they love eating machar jhol and rice. And the world famous Bengali sweet dish is rasgulla, which is again a milk product. People in Rajasthan, they enjoy eating dal bati churma, whereas people in Tamil Nadu enjoy eating idli, vada, sambar and dosa. After reading all this point, we understood that food is an essential element for human beings. It gives us energy to work and play. It helps us to grow. It helps to repair the damaged cells in the body. Each and every food you eat have some substance. They are called nutrients. A balanced diet contains all grouping of food, right from protective food to bodybuilding food to energy giving food. It includes all the nutrients such as protein, carbohydrate, fat, fiber, water, etc. It includes all the nutrients. Hence, opting for a balanced diet and saying no to junk food would be more beneficial for us. Always remember, before you start cooking a vegetable or eating fruits, you should always wash them properly. Do you know what are hunger pangs? When you feel hungry and the muscles in your stomach squeeze together, they are called hunger pangs. We experience hunger pangs only when we feel hungry to the extreme level. As I told you before, ostrich and kangaroo meat are eaten in Australia. Before I go, there is a life lesson I want to share with all of you. It's very depressing to see that many people still do not get enough food to satisfy their hunger. They are not even blessed to have a single meal. With this, we understand food is very precious for us. It is essential for us. It is the food that keeps us alive. As plants, they need food to grow. In the same manner, human beings, they need food to survive. They need food to grow. Hence, from today onwards, let's take a pledge. We are not going to waste our food. And whenever possible, wherever possible, we will try to feed hungry people.